3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph podcast.
It's Thursday, and that means it's time for a podcast, because we do a podcast every Thursday and every other weekday. Hey, everybody. It's the Puff and Steph podcast, today brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai, right on the price, right on the pike. And we are inside the American Shaman of PA studios. Take part in the Bottles for Botanicals program at American Shaman of PA. Recycle your empty glass product containers in store and receive 150 rewards points. Steph, you are here.
Hey, and you're here too.
I am.
Both here.
We are both here inside the American Shaman of PA studios. It is Thursday. We've had 3 days so far in the PS5 giveaway. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Remember, you have until next Wednesday to get all of your comments in. So if you're waiting for the weekend to share it with your video game knowledgeable friends, see if they know the answers, that's fine.
That's a good idea.
Remember, if you're going to change any of your answers, you must either edit or delete your comment and to change your answer. Do not have two answers up there, because if you do, you'll be disqualified. And just a heads up, everybody, I'm never going to put the answer to the puzzle in the puzzle.
Like the word
Yes.
is never going to be in the
Yeah,
puzzle.
that's a hint I probably should have gave you at the beginning. Now, I don't want these to be super hard. I also don't want them to be super easy. They're about medium. So just know that I'm never going to put the answer to the puzzle in the puzzle. All right? So just think about that when you're guessing for today's clue, which is on the way, not right now. How are you doing? How's your week been?
You know, it's been pretty good. I think that January is going so quickly. Like, what is today? The 14th?
Yeah.
Like, we're almost halfway done with January already. And I'm all about it. Because to me, no offense to January birthday people, but to me, January is just like cold and it gets dark early and there's just not a whole lot going on. So I'm glad.
All right. Well, I mean, you're talking to a January birthday
no,
person.
I'm sorry. No offense.
You just here's what people don't understand about Steph. Is that as nice as she is, and she's very nice. She's very nice. Probably the nicest person I've ever really come in contact with.
Thank you.
She's also very cold-blooded. She can be like I'll give you an example.
No, she's not.
I'll give you. Don't talk about yourself in the third person. I'll give you an example. Steph is one of the best people I know at dismissing like guys she dated or like maybe even had this many feelings for.
That's not true.
Okay. I've seen Steph. I've seen in relationship Steph and I've seen single Steph, okay? Single Steph is a little cold-blooded. Single Steph is like, oh, okay, I don't like that about you. Bye. And then you move on. But I mean, it's nothing wrong with you know, you don't want to waste your time.
Well, that's the thing. Single Steph knows what she wants, and if that ain't it, I'm just like, okay, bye, and I got to move on.
Right. And but here's the thing. You'll do it even if you've seen the guy for a while and you're like, you know, at first you're talking about him and you're kind of like a little giddy about him. You have this ability, and I've actually talked to you about this off, you know, the show. You have this ability to be like, out of sight, out of mind, on to the next one. It's pretty amazing, because to me it doesn't speak to you in any other facet of your life. I told you, you were one of the nicest, most caring people I've ever met. But for some reason, when it comes to dating, you have this like cold-blooded switch, and you're not mean.
No.
You don't talk crap about these guys. Usually it's me, and then you laugh about it, right?
Right.
But it's just funny that you don't look back. You are a forward-looking person, and it's funny because it's not who I thought you would be. Be like, oh, you know, Brett. Let's go with Brett. Brett was such a nice guy, but you know, he just didn't, you know, do this or do that, or it just wasn't right, you know. But you know, he had all these nice qualities. You know, that's what I thought you would be. But no, you're like, yeah, no, Brett is in the past. Now I'm talking to Kyle. right? Brett, who? Kyle?
I think it's just because I'm like, I know what it is and I'm serious about it. So if that's not it, I just like move forward and I distract myself. Like I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the gym a lot or whatever. Like I just gotta like move forward. I don't want to be sad about it.
And
you know,
like I said, it's a little bit of being cold-blooded, but it's also,
I've never been cold-blooded before.
When it comes to dating, I think you are a little bit.
Wow. I've never been told that.
Yeah. Steph is very on to the next one. Forget about the last one type person.
Even if it's not on to the next one, don't make it sound bad. Even if it's just moving
Steph's out
forward on
there,
their own.
just hopping from dude to dude to dude. No, it's nothing like that.
No.
No, I mean,
It's just moving forward.
for the most part. It's nothing like that.
No, it's
just,
not.
I'm just messing with you.
It's just moving forward
It
with
is.
myself.
Yes. Your life. You're like, why worry about him if he's in the past?
Right. I try to be that way.
Which is, I'm not like that. When I break up with someone now, or if someone like doesn't talk to me anymore, I've been ghosted before, and I'm like always like, I don't know what I did wrong, or wonder if it was my fault that didn't work out, or you know what I mean? Like, I was always definitely someone who dwelled a little bit on the past, and out of the two of us, you think it would probably be reversed.
Right. I do sometimes too.
Okay. All right.
I overthink things.
You don't show it to me. You're just like, oh no. Oh my God, that was so 2 weeks ago, Puff. Why do you even bring that dude up?
Get with it, okay?
Here's my guy planner. All right. This is 2 weeks ago. This was Brett.
Stop making me sound like I date somebody different every week.
You don't, but like, no, because you're taking a week off, and then here's your pool of gentlemen.
Oh,
you're like, throw a dart at the wall, see which one I'll reply.
That is not how it is.
See which one I'll reply back to. Steph, if it's one thing you have, it's choices. What you do with those choices is your business. And you're right. You are not hopping dude to dude.
No.
And if I made it seem that way, I apologize. It's not like that, but you do move forward. You don't look back. That's what I mean by a little cold-blooded.
Right.
So,
no, I get it.
Yeah, no. If I came across of anything else but that, it's not that, and I'm sorry. All right. In Georgia, Michael Carsley and his friends are in a fantasy football league. The guy who finished in last place agreed to spend 24 hours at a Waffle House eating waffles. That's the guy who loses.
That doesn't sound like something that should happen to the loser.
Carsley lost. Part of the bet was that for every waffle he could eat, he was able to knock off an hour of his time sitting at the table at Waffle House.
Oh, what a fun challenge. I want to do this. That sounds like something the winner should have gotten to do.
Carsley not only live streamed the whole thing on social media, he ran a live fundraiser so this server could get a really nice tip. In 5 hours, he ate 18 waffles.
Yes.
That's a lot of waffles. His total bill was $49. Over those 5 hours, check this out. His friends on social media raised $1,100 for his server.
Aw, that's so cool.
She didn't know about the fundraiser and was awesomely surprised when he told her.
I bet.
Could you imagine? All right, so you didn't work at Waffle House. You worked at Texas Roadhouse,
Yeah.
right? Now, steaks are a little bit different than waffles. Is there anything on Texas Roadhouse menu that would be like smaller than a steak?
The rolls.
Yeah, but those come free though.
Oh, true. You don't have to pay for them.
All right, so let's just say someone comes into Texas Roadhouse and said, hey, I lost fantasy football, so I have to come in and eat nothing but chicken breasts at Texas Roadhouse for 24 hours, or as long as you guys are open. Waffle House is open 24 hours, so let's say this dude was, from when you open to when you close. Number one, you'd be like, okay, that's weird. But then and you're serving this guy the whole night, bringing him drinks, I'll have another chicken breast, right? You keep bringing him out these chicken breasts.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the night, unbeknownst to you, you have an $1,100 tip waiting for you.
That would be amazing, especially after someone takes up your table for that long, because that's a big server problem, because then you're not making money on other tables coming in.
Right. They're sitting there chatting like, hey, you guys can talk elsewhere.
Yeah.
You don't have... Yeah. No. Is there anything else I can get for you guys? Smile, smile.
Have you thought about leaving?
Oh, no. You just want to... You just sip it on your waters? Okay. I hate you.
Great.
You're the worst people ever.
Exactly.
No, but you end it with an $1,100 tip. It's amazing.
I just don't understand why that was a punishment. I mean, eating the chicken breast sounds like a punishment. Eating waffles sounds like a prize.
All right, friends. It is time for the PS5 Puzzle. Get ready. Again, before I read this, I'm going to give you all a little hint. There's no way I would put the answer to the puzzle in the puzzle. Know that for past and future questions, and this one. Here we go. When I first saw this, I was like, what? I like to play video games while I sit on my butt. Everyone was doing it, adults and kids. But now they've evolved to making TikTok vids. When I first saw this, I was like, what? I like to play video games while I sit on my butt. Everyone was doing it, adults and kids. But now they've evolved to making TikTok vids.
This is a hard one.
You think so?
I do, but I also don't know video games. It might be obvious to people who are...
I think you just have to work through the puzzle.
Right.
I purposely mentioned a couple of things, and you just have to think of how they could all tie into the video game world.
You are good at these. You are.
Okay. All right, friends. Think on that, and we'll be right back with the advice column. Yeah.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
On Thursdays, Steph and I try to solve the world's problems. We know you people got problems, so we're here to help you out. The advice column is back for another week. Thank you very much for sending us your problems, by the way. You can do that at puffandstuff.com. Hit us up on Facebook, or apparently just bypass me altogether and go right to Steph, who got this one.
People have been doing that lately, and they tend to do it when it's like a girl that has a problem, it seems
I've
like.
received many girl problems.
You
I don't
have.
know what's going on. Is it the fact that I'm like mean about it, or I'm like, suck it up? I'm going to hear the problem anyway.
That might be it. Your response might have something to do with it.
I'm going to hear your problem anyway. You know what? And here's my issue. And you know me. I hate being excluded from things. And I don't I don't like when things are a certain way and then all of a sudden they change. And that means that I have less of a position in it.
Right.
That's what I don't like.
It is hard. You feel left out a little bit.
I do. It's not, yeah. I used to be the one that would get all these. And when I don't, I'm like, well, what's wrong with me? I like to be in control.
What about Puff?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Feel free to read this one. And I already don't like this person.
Well, I do think that this is the first one we've gotten from a college student with a college-specific problem.
Oh, great! You talked to the right person. you talked to the college dropout who hasn't been in college in like 15 years. Yeah, no, perfect.
This is something I feel like you can give good advice on, though. Hey, Puff and Steph. I am currently a freshman in college. This year has been a little weird, obviously, because of COVID. So in the fall, I went and lived on campus and did in-person classes. But this semester, I'm living at home and doing classes online. In the fall, I had a roommate who wants to commit to living together again in the upcoming fall semester. But I really don't think I want to live with her again. For the most part, we did get along well, but she's kind of bossy and very judgmental. She would always be commenting on how long I slept, who I was hanging out with, etc. She wasn't a terrible roommate, and I know that it could be a lot worse, but I would rather have a roommate who doesn't act like my mom. I never addressed these issues with her, so she has no idea that it bothered me. She keeps asking me about rooming together in the fall, and I don't know what to tell her. I don't want to hurt her feelings, and I'm a little nervous at taking a chance at getting another random roommate and it being worse. Chelsea. This comes from Chelsea.
Okay, Chelsea. Suck it up. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
All right. So
This is tough.
okay. Chelsea. I would see the problem is we can't ask her questions. I would ask her this question. Did you meet anyone else when you were at school that you would want to live with besides your mom? Okay? Okay. So
It doesn't sound like it, because I feel like she would have said, there's someone else I'd rather live with.
but maybe she hasn't thought about it like that.
That's
Because
true.
here's the thing. You know what's in store for this girl. All right? You know what's in store living with this girl. So, this is the path that you know. Is it better or worse than the unknown path?
See, that's a tough thing.
You could get someone worse. You could get someone who smells, someone who is crazy, someone who brings home a different dude almost every night, who's like around your stuff and you, right? You get someone with a lot of shady friends who are in and out of your room. If the worst thing about this current roommate is that she's bossy or that she might be judgmental, you don't have to be friends with her to be a roommate. See, my freshman year of college, I lived with this guy named Steve. I liked Steve. Steve was a little full of himself, but Steve was ultimately a good dude. Okay? However, I had made friends with some other people. Steve was on the baseball team. I was on the lacrosse team. Steve had baseball friends. I had lacrosse friends. So when it came time to figure out what next year's situation was going to be, it became pretty easy. Steve went and lived with some baseball guys, and I went and lived with some lacrosse guys. So it was pretty easy for us in that situation. Now, if I had to choose between Steve and the unknown, I would have chosen Steve, no problem. Unless you get into fights with this person constantly, I think it's an easy choice. You stay with her.
I just feel like to be living in, like, you're in college, like, you have freedom for the first time. You want to, like, do your thing and not be, like, judged and, told what to do or why you're doing that.
Well, I think the difference is she's acting like your mom, but she's not your mom.
That's true.
So her opinion of you should mean as much as you want it to mean. Whether or not, or your mom's opinion of you actually does hold some weight. It's your mom. But a random person who can be in and out of your life based on how much you want them to be really shouldn't have a bearing.
It shouldn't.
Like, there are people who I care what they think of me. Obviously, my family, my wife, you, my really close friends. I do care what they think of me. Most random people out there, I give zero you-know-whats.
Right. I know that about you.
And I think that she has to go in a little bit like that. If the worst thing about her is she's judgmental and she's a little bossy, tell her off, too. Be like, hey, why don't you come out with me sometime? Why? Or, maybe try to develop that bond a little deeper, and then that way she won't be like that.
Right.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm brushing off her concerns. It's possible. Let's be honest. But I look at this situation and I go, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
It's not.
You know what to expect. Would you take the known, or are you rolling the dice? Who are you going to get?
Right. You have no clue. No, you're right. And she even said, I know that it could be a lot worse.
Yeah.
But I have had friends before in the past that were kind of judgmental. And maybe it's a girl friend problem because for guys, I feel like they just be like, "Shut up, dude. I don't care." But for
Your guy impression's the best.
thank you.
Shut up, dude. I don't care.
I've been working on it. But for girls, I think if you feel constantly judged and like someone's trying to tell you how to live your life, like it is bothersome. But you're out, so you're not in your room so much at college anyway. You're at the library, you're at class, on weekends you're out with other friends. So I do agree that she should probably just take the safe, quote unquote, bet by going back with the same girl.
And depending on what college it is and what the rules are, you might not have to spend an entire semester with her. Maybe, after the fall semester, you meet someone that you want to live with. Or maybe you just haven't thought about like, oh, you know what? Carrie's a really cool chick. We hung out a couple times. I wonder what her living situation is.
Right. You never know.
And find out. And then you go back to say, hey, listen, I really want to try living with Carrie. Her and I clicked, I hope we can still hang out. I want to hang out with you. I want to be friends. And then the judgmental roommate goes, fine, but you know about Carrie and the stuff that she's into?
You know what? It's tough though. Like I always look back on college and I think it's so crazy that you go from living with your parents to all of a sudden living with sometimes a random roommate.
Oh yeah, a lot of times random roommate.
It's a crazy situation.
I remember when I went to orientation, I didn't like Steve, my roommate. I thought he was kind of a stuck-up jerk. And then when I got my room assignment, I went, oh no.
It's Steve the jerk.
It's Steve the jerk. And he turned out to not be a jerk. He didn't.
It wasn't so bad.
The more you get to know that person, he definitely turned out not to be a jerk. I don't know. I don't think this is that big of a deal. Maybe that's why she sent it to me.
She sent it to me, you mean?
Or yeah, that's why she didn't send it to me.
Yeah, that's probably why. I get it though. Like I said, being a girl and having a friend who's maybe judging you and making you feel bad, like it's not fun.
My wife, she started her college career at UCF down in Florida.
Did she?
Yeah, and she had a intense, crazy roommate situation. I'll tell you, I don't really want to talk about it on the show. I'll tell you about it off the show. But it was like, yeah, it was bad. It almost was one of the main reasons why she left UCF and finished in Elizabethtown.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, roommate situations can be really hard.
Yeah. All right, friends. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. They were just talking about a dead guy. Yeah. I don't know other way to tease it.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you! Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part, it's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
So in India, in this small village, villagers needed money to pay for a man's cremation. He passed away. They needed to pay for the man's cremation. The man had not named like an executor of his estate, and they found his bank book and saw that he had a decent amount of money in his account, and they needed money to pay for, his last stuff, end of life things. So last Tuesday, when they went to the bank and the bank refused to give them money from the man's account because they weren't the dude, they took his dead body to the bank and left it inside.
Like because they were mad at the bank?
Yes. After a few hours, local police intervened. The bank officials finally gave the villagers 10,000 rupees out of the man's account so that they could deal with the cremation.
Wow. I thought you were going to say they took him to the bank and did like a weekend at Bernie's thing. Like, can I please get my money?
Look, hey, can I get some of my meat?
That's where I thought you were going with this. I was like, this is amazing.
No, they walked into the bank with a dead body, just left him on the floor and ran out.
Wow.
Your problem, you have his money, he needs to be cremated.
There you go, here he is.
Obvious.
That's horrible.
Is it? It
Yes.
worked. It worked.
No, it's horrible to leave a loved one's body.
I don't know. It doesn't say anything about loved one because these were just villagers. They weren't his family.
Oh, so they didn't have any attachment. They didn't care about
Yeah,
his
or else
body.
they would have gotten his money and would have been able to take care of the situation. He had no next of kin. He had no executor of his estate.
So they didn't care about him.
It's not
okay, then that makes sense.
Come on, we want to use his house.
Right.
So they just dumped his body on the floor and just walked out.
That's so sad, though. Nobody wants their life to end that way, laying on the floor of a bank.
It's really funny, this story, because I was actually talking to my wife. I don't want to get into it too much, but I've recently had a death in my family. And, when you have a death in your family, you start to talk about death a little bit. What would you want? What do you want to happen? How would you want your funeral to be? And you try to keep it light. Because, hopefully, knock on wood, myself, my wife, we're not dying anytime soon. So we talked about it a little bit. And I was like, you know what I want you to do? I want you to cut me up in little pieces and scatter my body parts throughout the area.
Oh my, like a scavenger hunt, and then people have to find them?
I think I found Puff's finger.
Is there a prize for the winner?
I don't know.
The winner gets a PlayStation 5. 6, what is it? 4?
5. We're giving away a 5. Hopefully by the time when I die, it's like a 10.
Oh, yeah.
Puff gets a PlayStation 6. Oh my God, that's only one PlayStation from now. I don't have much time left.
It is an interesting idea to just scatter you like in some of your favorite places.
Yes.
Like leave one here at the studio, one at your house, like all around.
This is his foot. We'll leave it here to remember Puff, his foot. She wasn't on board for that.
I don't know why. Wait, who would do the chopping up of you?
I mean, obviously we'd get like a, I don't know, like
the funeral home
like
would
a
do
butcher
that, right?
or something. Right?
Yeah, oh yeah. So she wouldn't have to deal with that.
No. Yeah, babe, you must be the one to chop off my limbs. I'm not completely unreasonable.
Not
it's
at
bad
all.
enough I'm making her spread my kneecaps around.
Not unreasonable at all.
I think this is a piece of neck. I didn't even know Puff had one of those. All right. Time to Stump Steph. According to a recent survey, 30% of people say they won't ask someone out if they don't like this. They won't ask someone out if they don't like this. Wow.
Dogs.
No. It's nothing like you would think. But it's a way, 30% is so high. We've talked about this. Like, how is this percentage this high for this random of a thing?
You said these or this?
According to a recent survey, 30% of people say they won't ask someone out if they don't like this. So if they don't like this about the person. Okay, so it's not right. Yep.
Okay. It's not like, oh, he doesn't like dogs.
Correct.
I don't
Right.
want to date him.
So it's
okay.
like you wouldn't ask me out because you don't like this particular thing about me. 30% has nothing to do with looks at all. So it's not like height, weight, hair, nose, nothing about looks, period.
Personality trait.
Nope, you don't even get to know their personality before you know this thing.
So you know it right away?
Yeah, for the most part, you know.
The car they drive.
No.
You know it by looking at them? Or
Nope, you have to...
the sound of their voice.
Nope, that's a good answer, but no. It's a very good answer, but no. Thanks Thanks for asking me out. No. It's like, oh, great, I'm dating Shaggy. Like Zoink Steph.
That would be a bit of a turn off. So you know it by talking to them?
You can know it by asking them a question. You could also know it by maybe checking out their social media. Just think of things you could find out about someone by their social media.
Their job.
Nope. Don't dig too deep. It's right at the surface.
Their profile picture.
No, I said it's nothing physical. Oh, I mean, profile picture's not necessarily. I get what you're saying.
Like, oh, his profile picture is his car.
Right.
Like.
Right.
Where they went to school.
Nope. This is something that they can't control.
Their last name.
How about their
First name.
just their name? 30% of people say they won't ask someone out if they don't like their name.
Wow. That is a high number. You're not even going to give the person a shot?
No. It'd be like, Steve? Nope, I've had too many problems with Steve's.
Not a good name.
I know people like that who will not date someone because they had a bad experience with someone with that same name.
See, you can't roll people out because of that. I know we joked years ago on the show about names that you don't want to date, and I said Norman because that's my grandpa's name.
Right.
Like, we kind of joked about it, but these people are serious.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
All right. Last one. 1 in 10 women say they'd be offended if a guy did this during a date. What is it? I don't think, personally, if you're 1 in 10 women, so it's a small number, it's 10%. I think if you would be offended if a guy did this on a date, I think that means you're kind of stuck up. Personally.
So it's not really that bad.
I don't think so. I think it could be seen as smart. A guy who's smart, a guy who plans ahead.
He's planning something? He's trying to plan the next date?
No. It involves this date, usually the end of the date.
He has a curfew. He has an end time for the date. We must be done by 9:45.
Listen, my carriage is going to turn into a pumpkin in about 15, so we got to get out of here.
He likes to plan ahead.
No.
It has to do with the end of the date?
Yes.
He asks if he can kiss her.
No. Nope. It really has nothing to do with their relationship, but it does have to do with where they're at.
He has to go to the bathroom before he leaves.
Nope. 1 in 10 women would be offended if they said a guy did this during a date.
And it's always towards the end?
Yep. What do you do? Like if you go out to eat, what do you do at the end?
Paying the bill.
Okay.
He's calculating the tip.
Close, but no. What would a guy do that would be smart at the end of the night?
Leaving a cash tip.
That he could plan. No, you're thinking too much like a server. That would mean that he planned ahead and he's being smart. It involves paying the bill.
He planned ahead.
What could he do that might be smart or even frugal? I'm giving you a lot.
Oh, he has a coupon.
There we go. I was giving you a lot of hints because we didn't have a lot of time left. But yes. 1 in 10 women say they'd be offended if a guy used a coupon.
No way.
On a date.
If you have it, use it. Why
and you know
not?
what? As bad as I love all the women out there who are like, it's so hard to date. There's really dumb guys. And you got 30% that won't date. Well, then this is not just women, but this is everybody. But so as a guy, you got to worry about the women that are out there that might not like your name. And then you have them, oh, how dare I save a few bucks by using a coupon so I can afford to take you out again.
Right.
No.
Why wouldn't you?
So as bad as guys can be, and let's be honest, I understand. I listened to your stories. Guys can be dumb. But the ones out there who are responsible, maybe trying to save a few bucks, but still enjoy your time, and 10% of you are poo-pooing on him.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, if he's paying the bill, I don't care how he pays it. I mean, I would just be happy he's paying it.
What? Okay, but right before we go, what if he paid like this? Right? He's like, hold on, and he just busts, like he's got cargo shorts on. He just busts out like coins. Just, 2, 3, 4. All right, I think we're good. All right, you ready to go?
That would be a little weird. Okay, you're right. That would be a little weird.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow for the final PS5 puzzle. Get ready.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.